Venezuela competed at the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, from 5 to the 21st of August 2016. This was the nation's 18th consecutive appearance at the Summer Olympics. Medalists. Competitors. Archery. One Venezuelan archer qualified for the men's individual recurve by obtaining one of the 8 Olympic places available from the 2015 World Archery Championships in Copenhagen, Denmark. Meanwhile, another Venezuelan archer has been added to the squad by securing one of 3 available Olympic spots in the women's individual recurve at the Pan American Qualification Tournament in Medellin, Colombia. Athletics. Venezuelan athletes have so far achieved qualifying standards in the following athletics events. Keynote ranks given for track events are within the athletes' heat only. Q equals qualified for the next round. Q equals qualified for the next round as a fastest loser or, in field events, by position without achieving the qualifying target. Near equals national record. NA equals round not applicable for the event. Bi equals athlete not required to compete in round. Nanometer equals no mark. Men track and amp road events, women track and amp road events, field events, basketball. Men's tournament. Venezuela men's basketball team qualified for the Olympics by attaining a top 2 finish towards the final match of the 2015 FIBA Americas Championship in Mexico. Team roster. The following is the Venezuela roster for the men's basketball tournament at the 2016 Summer Olympics. Group play. Boxing. Venezuela has entered 7 boxers to compete in each of the following weight classes into the Olympic boxing tournament: Luis Angel Cabrera, Luis Arcon, Albert Ramirez, and 2012 Olympian Gabriel Maestre had claimed their Olympic spots at the 2016 American Qualification Tournament in Buenos Aires. Meanwhile, Yoel Final Rivas, Victor Rodriguez, Andre Jose Pinto, and Edgar Munoz secured additional places on the Venezuelan roster at the 2016 APB and WSB Olympic qualifier in Vargas. Men's cycling. Road. Venezuelan riders qualified for the following quota places in the men's Olympic road race by virtue of the top 5 national ranking in the 2015 UCI America Tour, and top 22 in the 2016 UCI World Ranking. One additional spot was awarded to the Venezuela cyclist in the women's road race by virtue of a top national finish not yet qualified at the 2016 Pan American Championships. Track. Following the completion of the 2016 UCI Track Cycling World Championships, Venezuelan riders have accumulated spots in the men's team sprint and women's omnium. As a result of the place in the men's team sprint, Venezuela has won the right to enter 2 riders in both men's sprint and men's keirin. Sprint team sprint keirin omnium BMX. Venezuelan riders qualified for 1 men's and 1 women's quota place for BMX at the Olympics. As a result of the nation's top 3 placement for men, not yet qualified, at the 2016 UCI BMX World Championships, and 7th place finish for women in the UCI Olympic ranking list of May 31, 2016. London 2012 Olympian Stephanie Hernandez and rookie Jefferson Milano were named to the Olympic roster on June 1, 2016. Diving. Venezuelan divers qualified for 2 individual spots at the Olympics by virtue of a top 18 finish respectively at the 2016 FINA World Cup Series. Men equestrian. Venezuela has entered 2 jumping riders into the Olympic equestrian competition by virtue of a top 6 individual finish at the 2015 Pan American Games. Jumping. Fencing. Venezuelan fencers have qualified a full squad each in the men's team EQT by virtue of being the highest ranking team from America outside the world's top 4 in the FIA Olympic team rankings, aiming to appear at 4th Olympics. Alejandra Benitez had claimed the spot on the Venezuelan team in the women's sabre as one of the 2 highest-ranked fences coming from the America zone in the FIA-adjusted official rankings. Isis Gimenez and 2011 Pan American Games bronze medalist Antonio Leal rounded out the Venezuelan fencing roster by finishing among the top 2 in the men's and women's foil, respectively, at the Pan American Zonal Qualifier in San Jose, Costa Rica. Men/Women Golf. Venezuela has entered 1 golfer into the Olympic tournament. Jonathan Vegas qualified directly among the top 60 players for the men's event based on the IGF World Rankings as of July 11, 2016. Gymnastics. Artistic. Venezuela has entered 1 artistic gymnast for the first time into the Olympic competition. Jessica Lopez confirmed her 3rd straight Olympic appearance by securing a spot in the women's apparatus and all-around events at the Olympic test event in Rio de Janeiro. Women Judo. Venezuela has qualified 1 judoka for the women's middleweight category at the Games. Elvisma Rodriguez earned a continental quota spot from the Pan American region, as the highest-ranked Venezuelan judoka outside of direct qualifying position in the IJF World Ranking list of May 30, 2016. Rowing. Venezuela has qualified 1 boat in the men's single sculls for the Games at the 2016 Latin American Continental Qualification Regatta in Valparaiso, Chile. Qualification legend. FA equals final A, FB equals final B, FC equals final C, FD equals final D, FA equals final E, FF equals final F, SAR B equals semi-finals A, B, SC D equals semi-finals C, D, SHA F equals semi-finals E, F, QF equals quarterfinals, R equals repechage. Sailing. Venezuelan sailors have qualified 1 boat in each of the following classes through the Individual Fleet World Championships and South American qualifying regattas. Men M equals medal race, L equals eliminated, did not advance into the medal race. Shooting. Venezuela has qualified 1 shooter to compete in the men's rifle events by virtue of his best finish at the 2015 Pan American Games, as long as he obtained a minimum qualifying score by March 31, 2016. Qualification legend. Q equals qualify for the next round, Q equals qualify for the bronze medal. Swimming. Venezuelan swimmers have so far achieved qualifying standards in the following events, and potentially won at the Olympic selection time. Men/Women Table Tennis. Venezuela has entered 1 athlete into the table tennis competition at the Games. Gremlin Zavlo secured the Olympic spot in the women's singles by virtue of her top 6 finish at the 2016 Latin American Qualification Tournament in Santiago, Chile. Taekwondo. Venezuela entered 1 athlete into the Taekwondo competition at the Olympics. Edgar Contreras secured a spot in the men's lightweight category by virtue of his top 2 finish at the 2016 Pan American Qualification Tournament in Aguascalientes, Mexico. Volleyball. Beach. Venezuela women's beach volleyball team qualified directly for the Olympics by winning the final match over Argentina at the 2016 CSV Continental Cup in Rosario. Weightlifting. Venezuelan weightlifters have qualified 3 women's quota places for the Rio Olympics based on their combined team standing by points at the 2014 and 2015 IWF World Championships. Meanwhile, a single men's Olympic spot was added to the Venezuelan roster by virtue of his top 15 individual finish. Among those who had not secured any quota places through the World Pan American Championships in the IWF World Rankings as of June 20, 2016. The place was awarded to Jesus Lopez in the men's featherweight division. Wrestling. Venezuela has qualified a total of 9 wrestlers for each of the following weight classes into the Olympic competition. Majority of Olympic berths were awarded to Venezuelan wrestlers, who progressed to the top 2 finals at the 2016 Pan American Qualification Tournament. Meanwhile, 2 further wrestlers had claimed the remaining Olympic slots to round out the Venezuelan roster at the initial meet of the World Qualification Tournament in Ulaanbaatar. Key VT victory by fall. PP decision by points, the loser with technical points. PO decision by points, the loser without technical points. Saint technical superiority, the loser without technical points and a margin of victory of at least 8 to 10 points.